Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, and Beautified by Romina. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
We're back.
Hello. This is round 2, everybody. Welcome to episode 203 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. I am your host, the one, the only Scott Dion Brown, and I'm joined by the greatest co-host in all the galaxy. She's above me on the screen, the one, the only
Regine, Alaina. Happy Sunday, everyone. You know, it happens with technical difficulties, and that's okay, because we're making it work. Hey, Scott.
We're making it work, and as you can all see as well on screen, our guest. Thank you for being so patient. Jose is there above me on the screen. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome back, Jose. Let's start it off again.
Yeah.
Jose, you are amazing. You are the greatest hype person that I've ever met. You are amazing at catwalk and what you do. And I think that is why you and we're like this. Because we just get each other. And
yes.
I feel like I hyped you up in the beginning, and I feel like I should do it again. Should I do it again?
Yeah, do it, Regine. Because some people saw.
But I'm not gonna cry. So.
But yeah, so basically, for people who are watching this later or didn't see earlier, we had some technical problems. The whole stream kind of was collapsing on us. It wasn't working, and even now it's not perfect, but we're making it work. So
yes.
Here we are now. That old stream is deleted. We're back. So let's start fresh.
All right.
Who is our guest?
All right. So joining us today on this Sunday Fun Day afternoon, he is none other than one of the greatest catwalkers in the galaxy. He is a fashionista. He is a supermodel. He is the best hype person that you will ever meet. When I met him in person, we just hit it off so well. And he did not know that I had a big obsession with Ariel, the Little Mermaid, just as much as he does. He is none other than Jose.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
So I guess I know we asked you this at the beginning, but we should probably tell the story again because people will
Totally fine.
Before. So how did you start getting into the industry? How did you become a model and coach? And let's go from
Okay, so like we said earlier with the technical difficulties, so I originally started in a university fashion show. I noticed there was no height requirement. So being that I'm only 5'3", my license says 5'5", but we're not gonna tell anyone. I'm 5'3", right? And I just casted, and they took me in, and I modeled for their first season and then another organization. So what happened was, originally I'm a dancer. That's my first love. Hip hop dancing is where my heart is. Just where I'm located, there's not a lot of opportunities there, so I just wanted to go take a little left curveball. And so I did the fashion show. I slightly coached on the side because I noticed some walks needed a little bit of help. And they casted me back for the second season. And they were like, oh, we want you back as a model, but we saw that you coach. So can you actually kind of help us with the runway walks? I'm like, okay, cool. So I did that, and that's when I grew love and my passion for coaching. And like I said earlier, I took part in a mentoring program for high school students. It was called Connecting the Dots, and it was pretty much to keep kids out of the streets, give them something else, that's outside of school and a little more entertaining. And so what it was a 2 nights a week. And at the end of the school year, it was a big fashion show. And that's when I got my first big break, you can say, excuse me. And so the designer, she had an opportunity in Jamaica, which was called Pulse Jamaica, which is Fashion Week over there in Kingston. And she loved how I worked with the kids. So she's like, if you work that well with kids, I want you to work with my models. So she flew me out to Jamaica. And that's when I just really, really grew love for fashion and just meeting people. And so my first big opportunity was in Jamaica. And from there, a lot has happened since then. So, but I'll let you guys ask the questions and we'll take it from there. But that's how it all started.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Just so you know, we have more technical difficulties. We heard none of that, so you have to say it all again.
No, I'm done.
Joking.
I'm like, what?
Throw
It's
stuff
be funny
back.
if I do it a third time.
Mind you, I ran out of breath too. I'm like,
It's like, thank you. That was great. Thank you for saying all that, but I do need you to start again. No.
again.
I wanted to. I noticed how you mentioned. I was thinking about it because you posted on Instagram. You just did a runway
Yes.
workshop. And
Yes.
you showed, and I saw like your amazing runway walk. But now mentioning that you started with a dance background, now that makes sense to me because I guess with your dance background, you would have already been comfortable with movement and like
Yes.
in control with basically what your body does and all that stuff.
Yep.
So that makes a lot of sense. But it feels weird because we're having the same conversation twice. But I will say it's interesting that the people who were running that event that when you first got started, how they saw that you were they saw something in you as not just as a model, but also as a potential teacher as well, which is
Yes.
really, it's a very completely, I mean, a lot of people there are people who can do things and there are people who can teach, and a lot of people, it's not everybody who's a good teacher is also a good, somebody who's good at doing one thing. But so
Yeah.
have you always been that type of person who likes to teach or show people or coach, that type of thing?
Yes. I grew up with very little to no resources. So getting into this was a blessing. And just being able to just pass down knowledge is just a beautiful thing to me. And I always say we're here for a good time, not a long time. So just make it worthwhile. And my thing is, I always wanted to impact people. My family's not the biggest, we're a little like on the broken side, but I love my family. And I think that's what made me become more giving, because I grew up from little to no resources. So I kind of like worked with what was given. And going back to my runway classes, I work with a lot of experienced models, but I love seeing potential. I like to challenge myself because I don't want to make my job easy, because I don't want to just pose an experienced model. That's not a challenge to me. I want to get a girl that has no experience and just work her up, or him. I work with gentlemen as well, but obviously the modeling feels more female dominant, So with the runway classes, I made it open to anyone and everyone. All I ask is that you at least know how to walk in heels. I'll take it from there. Whether you're bow-legged, I don't care what you give, we'll take it from there. So it's just a beautiful thing, just being in a room with like an experienced model, a mother, an aunt, a business owner, just everyone just in one room. To me, it's beautiful, and everyone can feed off of each other. And that's just, I live for that, Again, I do have my experience, girl. So some people message me and they're like, "Oh, I assumed you only work with professionals," or I'm like, "No, baby, everyone's welcome here." Everyone. So, I love it. I love it. It has taught me a lot about myself. Just being able to just bring these people together. Yeah.
I love that.
Well,
And
okay, go ahead, Regine.
I was gonna say that I love that about you, where you see the potential in people. You and I met at Galaxy Internationals, and so I was kind of
Yes.
curious, how did you go from dance to runway model to coach to Galaxy?
Pageant. Yes. So I'm someone that I've always had to balance things. And a lot of people are like, oh, if you model, you can't do pageants, or if you do pageants, you can't do modeling. And I'm like, why not? You just got to learn to turn it on and turn it off. That's all. So I got the opportunity in Rhode Island for Belleza Latina and Galaxy. So I was a part of the state directors. Shout out to Virgin, love you, if you're watching. And I was the event coordinator. So I always built a relationship with the girls, because obviously the women were a little more strict, and I was the like, yes, girl, kill it, slay. Let's go to this event together, and I'll record your social media and your videos and all that. So we went to internationals, and I'm someone that I am everyone's number one fan. Like, I will follow you with your phone. I give what's supposed to be given, and I like to make my girls feel special. They work hard. You invest a lot of money into pageantry. You should feel great. And when I went to internationals, I was a little nervous to meet Maria, the international director. Maria, I love you. And after I went to internationals twice, I received a DM, and it said, Maria. I almost pooped myself. I'm like, Maria is messaging me. Did I do something wrong? Like, what is going on here? And she goes, hey, puppy, I want you to call me. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't like talking on the phone. I get nervous. And so I called her. Right, I'm a voice note person, and just go, send. And she goes, listen, I love the way you work with the girls. I would love to take you on my staff in international. And Maria has opened so many doors for me. I've met so many people internationally, and that's when I went to the UK for the first time. And I just met people all around the world. So it started with a DM and working with as a state director, and then Maria took me on internationals, and that's how everything else was history. And I go every year. Fingers crossed, I'll be in India in June, hopefully. One of our international queens is from India. So yeah, so there's a lot of things happening, but that's how that happened. Started in Orlando, Florida, then Texas, and who knows where internationals is next year. I mean, I know where it is, but I can't say.
No. And then you ended up in Toronto.
Oh my God, I love you guys. So though it's an honor to be here. To be 1000% honest, I'm honored to be here. And the way Canada worked was, obviously my Canadian queens are part of the internationals. Shout out to Regine for making to the semifinals, top 8. And
Team Regine.
it was a beautiful thing, right? Regine. The way this happened was, I don't know, like, I just connected with the Canada girls. It was a beautiful connection, and next thing you know, Cindy, their director, is telling me, hey, the girls want to see you before they pass their crowns down to their successor. And shout out to them, they chipped in for me. Love you, girls. And I made it to Canada, and I was part of the pageant, backstage, fluffing dresses, connecting with the girls more. And it's a beautiful thing. Like, what you gain out of this is just beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things like this is what I live for. And just building that connection. And I thank them a million times. I will be back in Canada soon. Wink. And yeah, it was just a beautiful thing seeing them again, in their hometown, aside from internationals, where it's a little more intense, and just getting to know them a little more. And it was just a beautiful thing. But I don't want to ramble too much. Ask the next question.
No, you're
I just want to
fine.
point out, Geglis Fernandez in the chat says the best runway coach ever.
Oh my God, stop. I love her. Shout out Gigi.
But
Last owner.
I think it speaks a lot that it sounds like all of the steps that you kind of took in your career as a coach, they were all steps that, like, almost people sort of saw a quality and you were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it'd be one thing if it's only to be like, oh, hey, do you think maybe you could let me coach you? You know, but it's more like you kind of were doing something that you sort of just wanted to do, that you were naturally felt inclined. Well, you know, I'm gonna help this person out, you know, and they saw, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. Okay, we gotta you know what I mean? Like that's
and honestly, that's a beautiful thing, and it's also nerve-wracking. Like, people don't understand. Like, every time I say I'm nervous, they're like, how are you nervous? Like, you teach, do this. And I'm like, people don't understand that when people put you, not on a pedestal, because I never see myself as higher or lower. I don't believe in that stuff, because people make up who we are. So I'm never better than. But it's nerve-wracking because they're reaching out to you. It's like, oh crap, I have to deliver, because they're having me over there. They're booking my runway class. Like, I need to give, because if not, they're gonna be like, this was a waste of time. Why did we fly him out? Why did we take his class? Like, so it's very nerve-wracking, especially, and even when I walk the runway, it's like, oh my God, like, I have to give, because it's like, if I don't give, they're not gonna want to book my class, because what did he do? You know? So yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
But you slay what you do, and like I said, I met you at internationals, and being able to just watch you, just like even show examples of how the girl should be walking. I was like, how? Where does this come from? So I guess another part of you is your fashion, and I know that at internationals you killed every single outfit. At nationals in Canada, you killed every outfit. Where do you find that inspiration?
I was always a little different. Growing up, being super open with my sexuality, it was also a burden, because I had to like learn to balance my masculinity and my femininity. So I was always like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I tried to be a little different, but I was also scared. And I love women's clothing. I feel like there's a lot more to offer. So what I do is I buy like oversized women garments, and then I tailor it to my body, so it looks unisex, kind of. Yeah, a lot of my garments are women's clothing. I love me a flared pant moment. I love Prince. He's my inspiration in fashion. And I always said to myself, why am I holding back? You know, like, I always held back and people still criticize. So I told myself, if they're going to still talk, why not give them something to talk about? So I always just like, you know what, just go for it, Josadia. Just do it. And I just love to mix patterns. I love, like, if I say, oh, should I wear the blue shoe or the black shoe? And you say the blue, I'm going to wear the black. I go against what people, you know, if whatever you recommend me to wear, I'm going to do the opposite. And I just like to give. I don't know. I love me a glove moment. I'm going to keep rocking gloves until they be like, he's still wearing gloves. I might be wearing gloves tonight. But yeah, so I don't know. My inspiration comes from not wanting to hold back. You know, like, just go for it. I always tell when I train, don't think it, do it. So if you're thinking about it, just do it. Just go for it. If that's what you want to wear, just go for it. The worst that's going to happen is that you're not going to like it and just archive the photo. You know? True. So just wear whatever the hell your heart desires. I don't know. Have fun.
You know, I totally know where you're coming from with the women's clothing thing, because I play in bands. No, but like, so when I want to go on stage, I like to, you know, wear something that's a little more interesting. Got, you know, like when I'm performing. Yeah. And like, so, you know, it's normal for me and my band. We'll go to like, oh, we've got a big show coming up. Let's go over to, you know, I don't know if you guys have Value Village and some like a thrifty, you know, thrift clothing. Like,
oh my God, I live for thrift stores. Don't even go there, because my outfits be like $10 tops. I think my socks cost more than the whole outfit.
But so we have one. We have a chain called Value Village. There's others, but I find when I'm going there, like if I'm looking for like a cool jacket or like, you know, something cool, or I remember one time my brother, he wanted to wear like leather pants while he was drumming. Right? You don't find that stuff in the men's section. You just don't. So Value Village is like, I'm always I'm in the women's large and extra large section, and I'm like, oh cool, like I got a leopard print jacket, and I wear that around sometimes, the leopard print jacket, and I'm like, you do, this is like a, you know, I guess there's a whole bunch of reasons, but like generally speaking, men's clothing tends to be much more One, there's way less variety,
Structured.
and there's way less.
Yeah.
You're not going to find like a lot of bright or interesting colors. You know what I mean? All of that is on the women's side of things, and
You're
Yeah.
welcome. I think Jose's headphones disconnected.
Oh,
Jose, did your headphones disconnect?
It's all about just it fits your body. I don't know. I love. Is it?
I think so.
no, you know what? I think there might be a delay on him. Hang on a
Oh.
second, let me see.
Here we go again.
Yeah, but this is a different issue. Hang on, let me see.
Good.
Let's see.
I think
Say
I
hello.
could hear.
Yeah, so he's like delayed.
Uh-oh.
Regine, say hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I think maybe Jose, can you leave and come back again? I think that'll fix it. Because for whatever reason, he's like a little bit delayed.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But yeah, I don't know. The women's clothing section is always just way more interesting. The men's stuff tends to be it's always the same kind of thing. You always get like basic pants, basic shirts.
so basically everything in your closet that you wear on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess, you can find, obviously there are designers and there are things in men's clothing who make really interesting things, but you're going to pay way more for that, I guess, because it's just not like your, regular thing. You're not going to find that, but yeah.
I mean, while we try and figure out Jose's situation, Scott is currently, I know we didn't talk about this. You're probably all wondering why we're all virtual. Anyway, so Scott, you are in British Columbia right now.
Yeah. I'm in BC. I'm visiting my brother here in Vancouver. And yeah, I flew Flair Airlines. Have you ever flown Flair, Regine? Have you heard of them?
No.
So Flair, it's like a budget airline, right? So it's really, really cheap. But like the what was the price? I think it was $140 round trip to
That's
go
not
here.
bad.
Yeah.
No.
But the thing is, it's $140, and then oh, he's back. He's back. There we go.
I'm back. I just got a whole
Alright,
bunch of
now
text
we're
messages.
again.
I'm watching you on the here.
Cool.
So yeah, we
They're
live
all
for a
here.
moment.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I think there was some delay in your video before, but now it's working fine.
Okay.
But yeah,
back
so anyway,
to women's
I was just
fashion.
finishing up talking about how the women's clothing section is just way more interesting than the men's.
Yeah.
So, and then we started talking about. So I'm in BC right now, and I was just telling Regine. So we started talking about this before we had technical difficulties before, but we were talking about how there's the cheaper airlines. So yeah, I flew Flair. Flair Airlines is like a budget airline here in Canada, and it's the first time I've used it. But it's literally bare minimum flying. So like, I think it was $140 round trip to get here, and then but if I wanted to bring a carry-on bag, they wanted like $90 to
I
bring
know they
some
get you
bag.
with
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing. When the flights are super cheap, it's always. I'm stuffing everything into my backpack. That is good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I did. So like, I've never traveled for this long with this little stuff. I have my backpack. I got all my laptops. Most of my stuff was the sit down gear I needed. But like, I wore 3 shirts on the plane. I had all these layers on. Like I'm
You
wearing
put
everything.
carry on.
You had a Joey moment from Friends where he just like puts all his
Yeah.
clothes on.
Could I be wearing any more clothes? Yeah.
I love that. But I
It's
mean,
fine.
you and your
Funny,
brother are
but
very
let me
similar
do,
sizes.
Custom. It was hilarious. Okay, so I always get put aside. I get racially profiled all the time.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I go through it, yeah. And the guy is going through my luggage and going and going. He's taking out all these deals. You would think it's a woman's bag. And he goes, "So, is it yours?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Is there a problem?" He goes, "No." Then he's asking me what I do, blah, 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 I'm a pageant coach. And at the end, he goes, that explains all the heels. And I'm like, yeah. Because when he was taking everything out, he's like looking like, is this his bag? And I had girl clothes, like I said. So you would think, but it was like,
Oh my goodness. Give them something to talk about, Jose.
always, even at the airport.
They're probably like back and they're like, break room, be like, oh, I checked this guy and there was only women's clothes in there. I didn't know what to do. Make them uncomfortable. If they're gonna make you
Period.
uncomfortable, make them uncomfortable.
Oh, period. Yes.
Yep. How did you find when you were during the pandemic? Were you able to do any coaching, or how did it impact you?
Pandemic actually inspired me to get back into. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Good.
It inspired me to get back into my comedy, TikTok. I'm a little older, so before TikTok, I did Dub Smash. Jim Carrey is my love Jim Carrey. I love the Grinch. And pandemic, I actually like grounded. That's when I took a break from it all, and I just, well, let me just focus on one side. What makes me smile? What makes me happy? I ate something that I was happiest. Yeah, like pandemic, I just took a break from it all. Sometimes we need to unplug, and break. And I, and yeah, that's what I did in pandemic. I got COVID, almost died. Okay.
You got it bad?
Oh yeah, it was bad. And I have asthma, so it was hard. Thank God I was staying at my mom's house at the time. I was a baby and I was getting cooked for a little bit. Yeah. So, the way I love getting COVID. But yeah.
Jose, can you do me a favor? Can you disconnect your headphones, please?
Oh, disconnect?
Like, just take them off because I feel like your headphones either died or they're connected to the other person's ear. Can you talk?
No.
No, I can't hear you. Can you? Do you have your AirPod in? Okay.
No, I don't hear him at all anymore.
Reconnect your headphones. I think because you have someone else using your headphones, right? Sorry, guys. I thought it would work. I thought it would make it
figuring it
easier.
out. We're making it work, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've never traveled for this long with. Oh, I still don't hear him.
No. Do you have both headphones? No.
What happened? How come we can't hear him anymore now? He can hear
I don't know.
us.
Can you log off and come back? When in doubt, refresh.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Yeah,
when
I've never
you
traveled
have
this
a
light.
different setting.
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing this show all over again from scratch, from like the beginning of the pandemic,
Yeah, it's
not
like,
knowing
hey,
how to do this virtual thing.
How does this work?
How do we do this?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, this is I'm not sure if this laptop, right? This was the first laptop we used to do the show.
Can you hear me?
Now we hear you, yeah.
Yes.
Hear it up, hear it up. Okay.
I can hear you a lot better now.
Okay, good.
So what was that issue? Something with the headphones, or what was it?
Cyber Monday, I gotta get real AirPods.
That's right.
Cyber Monday.
Insider when we were logged off.
Yes. So, okay, so you were saying during the pandemic, you were able to just disconnect and really figure yourself out, go back to comedy.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were into comedy. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Live for comedy. Actually, my videos is what actually got me a lot of my followers. I used to reenact a lot of reality stars, fun fact, Cardi B shared me on her page.
Stop.
I worked with people from Black Ink Crew. So I always like grab snippets from reality clips and then just post it. They always repost. And so a lot of my funny side is what got me a lot of my following. So I kind of like throw it in there once in a while so people don't get sick of it. So yeah, fun fact, I live for comedy. I know Jim Carrey movies like the back of my hand. Like I said, I love The Grinch. I watch it all year. And yeah, I love comedy. So
Did you watch the new
comedy is like neck and neck.
Did you watch the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Oh, duh, Jim Carrey's in it.
That's
so,
right.
Yes.
That's the thing that was awesome with that one is that it felt very like classic Jim Carrey that we hadn't seen in a while. It felt like the Ace Ventura era.
Yeah,
he
just lost it. He got a little crazy, but we still love him.
Yeah,
he's Canadian. Just saying.
Period.
One thing I also wanted to ask you, Jose, is
Yes.
I know you were on the hate campaign.
Oh,
recently.
the no hate. Yes.
No hate campaign. Sorry, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So the no hate campaign, obviously it's huge. Every time I wanted to join it, I was never available. I saw it too last minute. Wasn't able to make it. It just so happens I also am a part-time bartender, and I do like banquet serving. And one of the events was an LGBTQ plus event, and the no hate campaign was actually one of the sponsors. So I was actually working in my uniform, and I said, "Oh wait, I need to be in this. Like, does anyone have a white shirt for me? Because I need to join." And surprisingly, one of the girls had a white V-neck. I said, "Can I? I'll buy it off of you if I have to." Like, she goes, "No, it's fine." So I obviously paid my fee, and it was awesome. It was beautiful. And then they actually, once you take your shot, they send you like a link, and you can actually write like a little statement, what inspired you to join. And you know me, I take advantage of everything that I'm a part of. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it all the way. So I wrote my little message, and they approved of it, and that's how I became part of the No Hate campaign. And
That's awesome.
it's been years, and I finally took part in it. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's cool. So you were like, I don't know, it's like, what is that thing you're saying about Regine? Manifesting things. It's like you've been wanting to do it, but you weren't able to, and then it kind of came.
Do it. I need to do it. I just see the big old sign, and I'm like, oh wait, here.
Hang on.
Bottle on a plastic thing. Hold on. Mind you, we need to pass the advertisers. I'm like, hold on, I'm actually doing a quick photo shoot. I'll be back.
You're like working double duty.
Right. I
attendee
took it off
and...
to my back. Anybody want some pizza rolls? Like,
oh my god, it's like Mrs. Doubtfire.
like quick change. But yeah, that's how that happened. It was epic.
That's awesome.
We're about the halfway point. Let's do the ad break, Regine, and then we're gonna come back and chat more with Jose Ariel
Diaz.
Yes. Okay, so people, today's episode of the Sit Down, it's brought to you by some very, very important people, and it just occurred to me, I think this is still going to work because we kind of are messing with our settings, but I think we're fine. Everybody, today's episode is brought to you by our advertisers. Here they are. The Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my Realtor, and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at JMckenziehomes at gmail.com, and beautified by Romina.
Internationally trained hair and makeup artist. She is the official hair and makeup artist of the Sit Down. She does everything from photo shoots to weddings, engagements, pageants, and then sometimes, like Scott says, if you burn your nose or you and you have a hosting gig, she is the person to reach out to. You can find her on Instagram and Facebook at Beautified by Romina.
That's right. Official makeup artist of the sit down. Go on vacation, get a sunburned nose. You got to host an event. You look like a clown. Guess what? Not with Romina. Get beautified. Look like a human being again. Official makeup artist of the sit down. And if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very, very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you guys have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do the show live every week, people. Sometimes live shows go completely wrong and completely off the rails, but we figure it out. And we also do the ads live. What does that mean? Well, it means that you can personalize the ads for each week. Do you have an event, a sale, something happening at a particular time, particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's a great way to build a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. Get in touch. Radio Show Ad, Radio Show AD at gmail.com. And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
If you're just tuning in, we are here with model, dancer, pageant coach, model coach,
Comedian.
fashion
Icon. Fashion
yes.
icon.
Perfect. Jose Ariel Diaz.
Oof. He rolled the R.
Did I get it right? Because I heard how you said it, so I tried to say it right.
Jose Ariel.
Ariel.
And we love Ariel.
We do. We're Ariel
Yes.
fans here on The Sit Down.
You guys want to see funny?
Yeah.
Are
I
you guys
do. No.
Are you guys- 1,
Uh-huh.
2,
Obsessed.
3,
Love that.
4.
Love that. Oh my God, I like that one.
Maria got me this. Maria, I love you.
I love that.
A little obsessed. Huh?
Well, I'm going to Disney in a month, so I'm excited for that.
I'm excited. The bug you're gonna get me.
So I guess
need your address.
Little Mermaid is your favorite Disney movie?
Yes.
Wait,
My favorite
is
Disney-
Little Mermaid your favorite because you have the same name?
Okay. Side note, I was born first. Just saying. Just saying. But yes, I do live for her. I like that she's different. She doesn't have a dress. I mean, now she does. But I just love that she was a redhead, mermaid, not the typical princess. Yeah.
But do you find it odd that she was 16 when this was all happening? And
It's a little
like,
weird. It's a little weird, but yeah,
isn't it?
it's a little
When you
bit.
really think about
But I
it,
remember in the
like,
past, it was pretty normal for
I
like.
guess normal. Yeah, right. But now when she was like, Daddy, I love him. And then he like, boom, boom, destroyed everything. I'm like, how do you love him after you saw him twice? Bye. But it's okay. It's okay.
I mean, there's some people
No.
like that. No, we're not judging. We're not judging.
No, we're not-
We love Ariel.
And I love that she's black now. Oh, I live for
Yes,
my
I'm
black
so
Ariel.
excited for that.
I'm here for it. The vocals are giving, the hair's giving. I'm here for it.
I was going to bring that up next. I was going to ask your thoughts on the upcoming live action one.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
are
think
we-
I'm
it's
so excited.
sad that a lot of people are against it. But I'm like, guys, times are changing. So
Mhm.
should your mindset. You know, like
Yes.
it's giving what it's supposed to give. Like there's little girls that are her skin color that feel like they can't, you know, be a princess or whatever. So I'm here for it. I'm just here for
So
it.
am I.
Whether it works or not, it's changed. That's what matters. You know?
No, and I feel you on that one because I know we talk a lot about like representation and how it matters. And I know we talk about it on the show where I'm 31 years old and I got super excited for Moana to come out and Raya to come out
Yes.
and Encanto to come out because I was like, I'm seen. Like my skin color is finally seen.
Yeah.
And like watching those videos on TikTok of the little girls' reactions to the new Ariel, I felt that.
I'm a crybaby. I cried watching them, and I watched them over and over, and I still cry like if I didn't watch them already. Like, but I think it's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing.
100%.
My only worry
Sorry,
is that
Scott.
the movie might be not good. That's
Stop,
my
because
favorite.
all right, I'm hoping because Lion King was a
There you
disappointment.
go.
Lion King, I'm a Lion King fan, and the live action gave me very much Discovery. Like it gave,
Yes.
like I wanted to cry when Mufasa died, and it was like there was no emotion. Where's the emotion?
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing. They tried so hard to make the animals look real that there were times like I remember when they're doing Hakuna Matata, and they show the scene of like the animals. They're like running through the woods.
Yeah,
Like, it looks like I'm listening. It feels like I'm listening to the Lion King soundtrack with not as good singing,
Watching
by the way.
Discovery.
While watching just a nature documentary. Like it's like these things don't match. They
Yeah.
don't match.
It was giving Animal Planet, but it's okay.
But that's why, so like, yeah, I'm on board for like all of it. Like, you know, it's cool and everything. I'm down with all of that. I'm just scared that like,
Yeah, like how do you make a whole movie underwater? But we'll see.
We'll see. Because like, so for example, like for me, my favorite Disney movie is Beauty and the Beast. Right?
Oh.
I just
Love Belle.
you know, I love Belle. I love but I was not a fan of the.
How did you feel about the live action? I thought she looked a little too plain, but that's just me. And the dress should have gave more. But
yes.
that's just...
So I think Belle was completely wrongly cast. Gaston grew on me, even though I don't think his voice worked. By the end of the movie, I'm like, okay. But as a movie in general, I'm like, I do not like it. No.
I mean, okay, this is gonna sound awkward, but Belle is sexy as hell, and so is Gaston. And the cast did not give. Like, I needed sexier. I needed...
Who
Have you
would
seen
you have
the,
casted? Wait,
sorry?
who would you have casted?
Yeah,
to
so I was
play
gonna ask, have
Belle?
you seen the Phantom of the Opera live action movie? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
So in that movie, what's her name? Emmy Rossum? Emmy Rossum? What's her name? Anyways, really nice voice. For me, I don't know if the age works because it's a few years ago that movie came out, but somebody like that should have been Belle.
And the vocals were not giving. It was very monotone. Like the intro should have
It was
given.
very karaoke.
Yeah, yes, very drunk
Yes.
karaoke. Like I'm having a moment while I'm lit. But yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. I think honestly, I would have casted. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like a more of an Italian-esque Latina that can kind of tone it down, but still give the dark hair, the bone structure. I don't know.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know everything, but I don't know.
The Camila moment.
Yeah, something that's
Yeah.
but it's okay.
But she's brunette. I could see it.
She
But-
had her moment.
So that's why with this conversation we're just having, that's my concern with like Little Mermaid. Now I will say this, from what I've heard so far, like the Ariel that they've cast can sing. Definitely she can sing.
Oh, she's got great vocals.
Oh, I
Right.
can't wait to download the new soundtrack.
Yeah. So like my concern is not even really her. I mean, I guess we'll see like can she act and all this, like that's coming. But I'm just worried, like basically I'm in this spot where every Disney live action remake they've made their remakes
You're
of
not a
movies that I
fan.
really like. I really like Aladdin. I really like The Lion King. I really like Beauty and the Beast.
Aladdin gave.
Yeah.
I like
So-
Aladdin.
Thank you.
And he's
Thank you.
fine as hell.
And he's Canadian, but thank you so
I
much for
didn't
saying
really
that
like
because
Aladdin
Scott
either.
doesn't like it.
No, you didn't like Aladdin?
No, you know what it is?
No. It was
I watched
honestly-
it twice in theater.
My
Okay.
thing that I didn't like was I didn't think Aladdin's voice was very good. His singing voice.
I
Fair.
agree. I agree.
And I don't think Will Smith worked as a genie for me.
No.
My problem was that what I like is that he didn't try to imitate Robin Williams because that would have been
He made
even
his
worse. He made it his own. But I
Yeah.
think the problem is the part and the song specifically were like written for his like rapidly changing voices and all this stuff, and he wasn't able to do all the voices. And so some of the lines he was saying, I'm like, my problem is all the movies are up here. They're like up here for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm just watching these I'm like, I would rather I'm just going to watch that because this is it's not living up to it for me.
Mm.
So
I loved Aladdin. I watched it in theater twice. I actually watched it on Disney Plus last week. So I am not.
I thought Jasmine was very good.
I was
Oh yes.
Jasmine when I saw who cast it. I'm like, she's not ethnic enough to be
True.
Jasmine. But then when I saw her in hair and makeup, I'm like, okay, now we're talking. Because when I saw her on the cover of Vogue, on the cover of Cosmopolitan, I'm like, how is this gonna be Jasmine?
Yeah.
But she did a good Jasmine.
She delivered.
I'm
Shout out-
curious.
Also,
do
Will
they not-
Smith is not a very good singer.
He's a rapper.
Yeah,
but, like,
songs are corny, but I still know them. I live for a corny Will Smith moment.
Don't we all? I'm curious though. I think, and mistake me if I'm wrong. Did I not see that they're looking at making Moana a live action? Or did I make
I
that
don't know.
up?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like they're going to do
I'll
everything.
do my homework.
Can I be Moana?
Go cast now.
Do it.
I can't sing though.
That doesn't seem to. You know what? They're fine with that. They're we've seen who they
Clearly, they're
It's
giving
so
me
rude.
roles, so you can go. Go ahead.
I think they are.
Oh, you know the other thing I didn't like about the Aladdin one?
What?
Jafar was way too young. The guy they cast is like
Jafar-
20 years
Jafar-
too young.
Mm,
Jafar needed to be darker.
And he should have been like
Yeah.
an older. He's supposed to be like a super old man. They cast he looked like he was, I don't know, 30
He's
maybe.
like the same age as Aladdin.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, he did look the same age. Yeah, Jafar was
Peter
definitely a lot
Pan?
older, which is what made him creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, they're making Snow White live action. I'm
Snow
really curious
White.
to how that's gonna work out.
That's one of my least favorite Disney princesses, Snow White.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it either.
Yeah,
There's also a sequel to the live action of Aladdin in the works, just so you all know.
They're remaking the Return of Jafar, or it's going to be a completely different one.
no, Return of Jafar was not it, but
I was not living for that.
But
We'll
are they
see.
going to? But do you know if the sequel
Okay,
is
so
going to
there
be
is
based
no,
on
there
that?
is. I don't know. There is no Moana. I lied. Maybe I'm manifesting it. I just want to be
Give it time.
Moana.
right, and then she's the main character. Let's speak.
Can I just be Raya? There's no music and like no musicals in Raya. How about I just cast for Raya?
Do
there
it.
you go.
Do it.
I need to take acting skills. Someone sign me up.
I love you see how we just for a moment we just start talking about Disney. You see how passionate we can suddenly we can just talk for hours just about oh man yeah Disney.
Well,
Fair.
Jose is a perfect guest for this. Okay, Jose, question for you.
Go ahead.
If you were to be casted in a Disney movie, who would you be? And same with you, Scott. Who would you both be? I already said I'd want to be Moana, so
I want to be a villain.
like Jafar.
I
I can
want-
see you being
I
like
want to be a villain, like, because I'm like,
Mufasa?
but I can act like an a-hole. So I feel like I can take the part. But I would be a villain. Which villain? I don't know. I would want to be a genie, but I'm little, so I'll probably look like a Smurf.
Yeah, but they'll expand you. The power
Okay,
of
right. But I don't know. I can't answer what specific movie, but I would want to be a villain wherever I'm casted.
The villains tend to be generally more interesting, right? Like all of the leads in all the Disney films, they tend to be they're very similar, right? They're kind of that sort of classic, sort of the young hero type, you know what I mean? Or that's why we have the Disney princesses. Like we kind of know what to expect from each one. But the villains tend to be a bit more. They seem to have more fun anyway.
Oh
But
my
I love-
god, you know who you
I
could
live
be?
for villains because now, have you guys noticed how they're now making us understand villains?
Yeah.
With the way they're like Cruella,
Yeah.
Angelina.
Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Oh,
yeah.
Maleficent, yeah.
It's kind of like making you understand why they're evil, and I
Mhm.
want to be I want to be understood why I'm evil. Like, damn, give me
I
my
could
whole.
see you as like Mufasa, but as we were talking, I'm like, I could totally see you as like Olaf.
Ooh,
I could see you as Olaf.
dark.
Oh yeah, scarf. Did I think Mufasa? Totally scarf. Sorry.
It's
But
okay,
I
I understood the
But I
assignment.
can also kind of see you as Olaf.
Oh! What did he say? Anna? What is it? Elsa?
Anna
Samantha?
and Elsa. Oh yeah, Samantha.
That was Samantha. I love Olaf. Yes.
Me too. Who would you be, Scott?
Maybe Hercules.
Hercules. Okay.
I was just thinking about that movie. I like it.
I like that movie too. I like Hercules. I was gonna say Scott could be Stitch, but that works too.
Who?
I'm Olaf. You're
Stitch.
Oh, Stitch. You know what? Stitch is pretty funny.
And we end this call.
Regine's fired.
Bye. She's like, hey, Stitch vibes.
You are giving
Actually,
me Stitch vibes.
Lilo and Stitch was a great movie. I never saw that when it came out. I saw it recently, and I didn't realize how like it's really funny. And Stitch is such a like, especially in the beginning, because
He's a character.
he's basically almost like not evil, but he's just very like
Alien.
I don't know. He doesn't have any interest in the humans.
He's misunderstood. I'm the alien with the one eye. The one that gives cross-dresser.
Oh my goodness!
I'm like
so here we are.
Truth in this movie. Okay. One-eyed man.
Or I'd be
like that
Mike Wazowski. Is that the one from
Oh, yes.
That's from Monsters Inc. Yeah.
Monsters Inc?
Oh my
We've
God, we're going on Disney. We're at the Disney
all
brand.
from Ariel. All because I asked what your
Right.
name, or if you liked Ariel. That's funny.
Right.
But anyways, before we wrap things up, because I know it's been a long time since we've been sitting here, what's next for you? I know you just did LA Fashion Week. You must be on a high. Do you have any new projects coming up?
Yeah, LA Fashion Week was epic.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, I'll dab into that. So that's another thing that I submitted for. I submitted the first time and I got a no. They said no the first time. And then I said, let me work on myself, submitted again. And they was like, ooh, okay, he's giving. And I made it into LA Fashion Week. It was a beautiful experience. And
So this was coaching in LA
no, I
Walking.
yes.
Oh, okay,
I
awesome.
walked in LA Fashion Week. And that's something that, again, if you're gonna do something, do it all the way. So they had reels, they had comp cars, they had a whole. You have to invest in what you want to do. You know, people forget, like, if we're investing in other things, why not invest in ourselves? So when I went, I'm gonna own every look. I'm gonna meet everyone. I'm gonna contact my designer. I'm gonna contact the stylist. I needed to like give. If I'm investing all this money and flying out to LA, I need to make sure I do it all. And that I did, and it was just a beautiful experience. It boosted my confidence. And actually, a few models that I met over there actually took my runway class after, which was a beautiful feeling.
Wow.
And then I will be going back, fingers crossed, to LA to give some runway 101s. And what's coming for me? I'm gonna finish the year doing one-on-ones. I want to do more like intimate classes. I'm gonna end the year with a celebration, hopefully with runway 101. And what's coming up? I'll be on your side of town, 2023.
Are you doing a 101 training in Toronto? I'm signing up. Scott, let's
Stay tuned,
do
people.
this.
Right.
Scott,
So
let's
I'll
join.
be there, and my goal, excuse me, for the next year is just to travel, and just see what happens. I don't like to think too into the future because you get disappointed when you think too far ahead and you don't reach where you see yourself. So my goal is to just travel. My goal is to continue doing things like this. Honored to be here, and just give. You know, nothing in life is promised except us being gone one day. So I just want to just go, 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 go. Um, I'm supposed to be submitting for another reality show. Fun fact, I did Latin American reality TV. So there's a few things that I'm waiting for the approval. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go. Oh, just gonna go. Whatever opportunity comes, I'm gonna just take it.
I want to see you on The Circle. I want to see you on like The Circle or like, I don't know. The Circle just screams like anyways, I don't know what it is. And if I'm just going to stop talking, but I'm so excited for you. I do hope that when you come to Toronto, hopefully you can come back on the sit down and we can be live in person and actually have a show that works.
Yeah.
Please let us know in advance when you're coming so we can schedule you in.
Of course.
Yeah, this was great. I have a feeling, like how you said, you don't want to plan too much ahead, but what I like about hearing you speak is it feels to me like you are doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels, because I'm just seeing how, like, I don't know, the way, like, I feel like because when you're doing something and you're clearly good at it, people are recognizing that you can do it, and that's why it's opening more doors for you, because it's like you're doing something that's like, wow, people are noticing and they're like, oh, he can do that? Well, we need somebody who can do that. Let's get him to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think it's it makes me feel like you're on the right path. You know?
Yeah, I think I'm comfortable now. It took a while to get here, and I'm still learning and growing. You know, I live day by day, and I have my full time, so it's not like something out of this world. But I think it's time. I think I wanted to wait until my resume built a little bit. I wanted to have a little more experience. I wanted to have more under my belt, so they can be like, okay, he's worth booking, or he's worth having, or he's worth, you know, I'm learning my worth, you know, and I think it's just time. Like, enough holding back. That's it. It's time to just go full force.
It's awesome.
Yes. I'm
where
so
can
excited.
People... Oh, sorry, Regine.
It's okay. I was going to say, I'm just super excited for what the future holds for Jose. I mean, you and I had a moment to just connect one-on-one at Nationals. And you are just filled with so much joy and so much passion. And like Scott said, yes, you found something. And I also agree with Scott that I think you are in the right moment and the right place and doing what you are meant to be doing. Because if not, we wouldn't have paid all that money for you to come to Toronto.
Right.
I mean,
you're amazing.
People see the value. That's right.
Thank you.
So where can people find you on social media, that kind of thing, if they want to potentially take one of your classes or just follow your journey and all that?
Jose Ariel Diaz on Snapchat, Twitter. I got to get back on Twitter, Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram, Facebook. So yeah, Jose Ariel Diaz on all social media platforms. And yeah, stay tuned because there's a lot coming. Fingers crossed. And yeah, those are all platforms. Yes.
Question for you. If someone wanted to get coaching with you, do you offer virtual or is it all in person?
I've done virtual. I don't mind it. I like it. It's challenging, but it gives. So yeah, I do virtual. I do in person. So yeah, if anyone wants to book a one-on-one with me for runway, social media course, because I give social media classes as well, and yeah, anything. I'm open arms. So just hit me up.
There you go.
Regine, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on my YouTube channel for the Pageant Sit Down. We go live every other week. I realized this week that our first episode of 2023 will also be our 100th episode, so some exciting things happening there. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I've officially removed Twitter, so if someone wants to grab that handle, it's now available. You can find me on social media at It's Regine Alaina. Scott, where can people find you?
You can find me right here where you're watching this video. YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. Normally, the technical difficulties aren't happening, but I'm also normally not here. And normally I've got a much faster machine that works. But YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown's the best place. You can also find me on Instagram I'm still on Twitter. Not very often. I mean, all I really post on Twitter is my YouTube links, and if I post something. YouTube is the best place, youtube.com/ScottDionBrown. So, Regine, you deleted your Twitter. You're off it.
I deactivated my account. I went, bye-bye.
Yeah, Twitter kind of like died out for me. Maybe because I'm getting older, but I don't know. Twitter's not my thing.
You're not the only one. I mean, I have it, and it's kind of there, but I don't care about it, really.
I think there was just also like all this like Elon Musk stuff happening, and I was like, I don't want to be a part of this. Goodbye, and just deactivated it and said farewell. I mean, the missing icon on my phone kind of messes up my folder, but I made it work.
Gotta find something to fill in that spot.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sure there'll be another social media platform next year, so.
Right.
They always rise and fall, yeah.
Right.
Well, Jose,
yeah.
It has been a pleasure having you on the show. And to all of our viewers, we are so sorry for all the technical difficulties. It's Jose's fault.
Right.
Gosh, it's Jose's fault. But no, seriously, thank you for spending your morning with us.
Thank you for being so patient with all the problems we had.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me. It's an honor. A nice stepping stone for me. So thank you guys again. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. It was an honor to be one of your guests. I can't wait to see what you guys aspire to grow into, do. And I'm excited to see our journeys. See what I have in store, see what you guys have in store. And I hope everything you guys do just grows and grows and grows. And let's just keep manifesting.
Yeah.
Keep manifesting, people.
That's what we do.
All right, everybody. We're going to say goodbye for this week. Thank you guys for being here. And hit that like button. Make sure you follow. Okay, good. Yeah. Follow Jose. Follow Regine. So where you guys are. Anyway, follow these people.
Then my eyes are going to
follow everyone.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.